Zoom. Okay, can everybody see my screen at this point? So layers are the fundamental work tool within Photoshop. They're the primary difference between Photoshop and Lightroom in terms of Photoshop allows you to stack photos in different layers on top of one another, whereas Lightroom doesn't have the capability for layers. So primary difference here. Just make sure we've got the right files. So you're going to want this file open, Fun with Layers file. This is the same. This is a duplicate. I don't know, there's two of them. We're going to start with this one. Okay, so let me come over here. And what I want to show you is something called the Layers palette. So if you have used Photoshop before, you may have already run into layers. If you've never touched Photoshop before, then the concept of layers is something that you kind of want to wrap your head around. First of all, if you're on your own computer, you might not even see the layers. So what I'm going to do is call your attention to this floating palette that you see moving around your screen. This is the Layers palette. I'm going to actually close it for just a second so that you know where to find it. To find it, you go up to Window and you go to Layers, which is you could just get by clicking F7. That's going to bring this up right here. So this is where you control layers. Okay, so layers give you Photoshop's power in a visible way. You can arrange the layers by dragging them up and down, and much like rearranging a stack of papers from top to bottom. So layers can be made transparent by sliding the opacity slider. You can lock layers, you can link layers together, you can create a new layer by clicking the box, and every time you paste in a new photo, Photoshop will automatically make a new layer for you. So let's talk about layers. So over here, first of all, you can see my layers are kind of small. They're hard to see. So over here on the right is this drop-down menu, which has basically all these other options hiding in here. The one that I want to call to your attention is the one that says panel options. Panel options right now, you can see I've got small, medium. Let's make mine really large. And now put your eye on my layer palette. They're still not super big, but they're bigger than they were, right? So it's going to allow me to see what's on each of the layers. And then if I come over here, this eyeball is a pretty simple metaphor. The eyeball's on, you can see it. Click the eyeball and it goes away. So what I'm doing right now is just kind of turning, I can turn everything off or on. And what you'll see here is that stuff is kind of stacked in certain orders. You'll see a folder that I can kind of open or close as needed. And you'll see a T, this is a type layer, and so on and so forth. So what I'm doing right now is I'm literally turning everything off. So you might open this up and go, oh, there's nothing in this file. But if you open up the layers and you look, you'll go, oh, there's a lot going on here. What's happening? So what I can do with the layers, again, is turn them off and on. Okay, number one. Number two is I can change the order. So for instance, here's this weird pink square, and here's this other photo of butterfly, it looks like. I can basically stack stuff on top depending on what's here. So I've got this picture of music notes and I've got this picture of a tiger, right? So let's move this tiger kind of around. You'll notice here, the tiger seems to be affected by this pink square. Do you guys see that? So that's because the tiger is under the pink square. Does everybody see kind of how that's happening? So if I drag it up, I can put the tiger on top of the pink square. So this is kind of something you want to learn about Photoshop is your layers can be transparent in order to blend with images above or below in your composition, number one. And then you can alter them. So like, here's this tiger. If I go to, let's say the opacity, which is right, you guys see where my mouse is circling, it says opacity. I can have a tiger be 100%, or I can drop this tiger down. So he's halfway transparent. He's now 36%. And you can see how he kind of turns into a ghost, and then he kind of gets fuller again. So you can alter your layers in multiple different ways. The idea that you really want to just take home with you, though, is the idea that I can stack photos on top of one another, underneath one another. Like, let's put this painted artwork. We'll drag it up. We'll keep dragging it up until we come to that tiger. And now see how the tiger's underneath. So it's a simple concept that you can stack stuff on top of one another. This is your digital view, but what you look at when you look at your actual picture, it's kind of like looking at an aerial shot. Like, imagine that you're a drone and your artwork is an aerial view of the drone. And the layers palette is going to be your sideways stacking order of all these different types of image elements. And like I said, I've got this pink box, I have a tiger, and I have this funny like piece of art, right? So I can drag it up, I can drag it down, depending on what I'm doing with my composition, right? And you'll see right here that this pink box right now, you can kind of see through it a little. Over here, if you look where it says opacity, do you guys see how it says it's 66%? So if you've used Photoshop before, this might seem very simple to you. But if you've never used Photoshop before, this might seem very complicated, just depending on where you're coming from. Now down here, you guys see this T. What do you guys think this is a layer of? Anybody want to guess? Turn your microphone on. Jason, what do you think it is?
I'm going to say text.
Good guess. Exactly. Let's turn the eyeball on and we see some text right here. Notice the text is hiding when I move it underneath the artwork layer. Why is it hiding? Anybody want to guess? It's here. It's gone. Yeah. 10 points. It's underneath this artwork, right? Pretty simple. So if I want it on top, let's just drag it on top and now it's on top, right? So pretty simple concept. So again, this very top layer, all about layers. Layers give you Photoshop's power in a visible way, right? So notice how here the tiger is black and white. Over here, the tiger was not black and white. He was colored. So there's different things that got moved around. So what you're going to see here, this is a vertical puzzle. So the top layer is what it's supposed to look like. Like if you were going to solve a puzzle and this was the puzzle box, you're going to try to make this out of this giant mess over here. And you're going to do that by basically dragging things up and down and turning things off and on. Let's see, there's a folder here. I can arrow it down. What's inside the folder? Oh, something called a border. So maybe I can click on stuff like we did earlier the other day, move stuff around. Oh, here's my border. Let's see, I can move this stuff. So what you want to be doing with this Photoshop file is you're basically solving a vertical puzzle. So you're starting with this. Oh, I want it to look like this. And you're trying to recreate it. So if I turn this one off, you can see I'm missing some text. Let's turn this text on by clicking the eyeball. And I can't see anything there. Let's see what this one is. You can see I've got some text here. So basically what I want to do is just arrange stuff. You can see that here's my test layer. That tiger is supposed to be really at the very top. So let's put that tiger at the very top. And then let's put that tiger into position here. Let's have a look at this. And you can see, oh, this tiger is supposed to be a little bit more over here maybe, but I'm not supposed to see the tiger over here. So maybe the border is supposed to be on top. So what I want you guys to do in just a minute is basically solve this vertical puzzle by dragging things kind of up and down. And I'm going to help you if you kind of get stuck the same way I would if I was walking around a classroom. But here's the border. Now I'm just kind of dragging this up. If I turn this off, you can see, oh, but the tiger in this picture is black and white, and this tiger is color. So what's that about, right? You might be asking yourself. If I scroll down here, I have another thing here that looks like some kind of weird hue saturation thing that it does nothing. But if I drag it and I put it on top of the tiger, suddenly the tiger turns black and white. Kind of interesting, huh? So this is something that's going to affect our color and adjustments. So I can turn that off or on. Let's see what else. What am I missing? I'm missing the title. I'm missing these words over here. I'm missing a whole bunch of things. So now what I need to do is kind of move these words around. And it looks like those words are actually supposed to be on top of this pink thing. So let's drag this pink thing underneath the text here. And you guys see how I'm just dragging and dropping? And actually I shouldn't have done that. So let's bring that text back up again. This text needs to go on top of this. There you go. See how you can see it? And then it looks like the butterfly needs to go, does it need to go on top or does it need to go underneath? It looks like it's transparent butterfly. I have some text here that, now here's the thing. I see that there's text here, but I can't see it at all. Why can't I see it? Because it's hiding, it's underneath this. So what happens is that you lose things in your Photoshop files because they're hidden by other stuff. So what I'm doing, I'm going to grab this text. See how my cursor is turning into a hand? Click on the image and just drag it up, click and drag. And now you can see it. There it is. And I'm going to click it and move it kind of into position up here. So you can see how I'm beginning to solve this Photoshop puzzle by grabbing the text and kind of moving it around as I go. So we'll just kind of grab this one. Let's bring this one up and so on and so forth. Here's my file. I'm going to close this one, or actually I should just save it. File, export, click export as PNG, and then I'm going to save it in my class file. And I can just call this 2222 or 2022 Alex demo right here. And then I'm just going to save it. So if I want to turn it in later, I can. And close this one. And then what we have here is another layer file. Now this is more of a practice worksheet, but I want to go over how to do it. You guys should work on this on your own so that you get the concept down. So basically all the layers which make this picture are out of order. Drag the layers up and down until they're stacked in the correct order of the picture. So I'm going to turn this off. You'll see that this is how the picture is supposed to look. Same kind of deal. You guys see this? So the picture is supposed to look like this. And you can see that this image is made of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 different photos, right? So if I turn this off, this is what I'm left with. I'm left with a whole bunch of different pictures. So this is what it's supposed to look like. So again, I would just kind of drag stuff down, put this on the bottom, and then let's see, how does this look? So I need the color, the car to be up. Drag this up like that. Probably have to turn this one off. And you can see I need the text to look like this. So this is the same kind of situation where you need to kind of drag stuff up and down until you get it to look the way it's supposed to look. So this is supposed to look like, this is almost solved for you guys, actually. So this one, except that was supposed to be all black and white. So you're going to do this one probably after our video call, just kind of mess around with it, see if you can get it looking a certain way. Turn off this black and white one, and you can see that I've got multiple colors if I start kind of doing things like that. So there's this file, which is something good to learn from. And then there's this file over here, which is just fun with layers. And this file right here basically just is for you to play around with. Here's kind of these different animals. And if you look in this file, you'll see a whole bunch of different things that you can, again, turn off and on to make an interesting composition. So I've got some different things hidden in here, like a panda. There's a giraffe. There's like a little star thing. So these are just files to kind of mess around with, so you kind of get a feel for layers. Okay, so that's kind of the basics of layers. You turn them off, you turn them on, you move them around, you can stack them together. Again, you don't have layers inside of Lightroom. This is why Photoshop is so useful, because you can combine images together. And then once you've combined them, of course, you can move them around. Okay. What you'll see in this particular image is that you can turn off backdrops. Here's this statue that I took at, I think it was at Golden Gate Park. I took a photo of it. And then inside of all these different folders are different backgrounds. So this is, again, another example of what you can do with Photoshop. So you can turn on different backgrounds based on what type of picture you're trying to make. So you can see here, here's a waterfall photo. But notice my top layer, this photo right here, is just sitting here all on its own. Okay. So you can have this as a really good example of things you can do by just changing one layer underneath. So this is, again, just something to kind of play around with. You can kind of put stuff, you can move stuff around, put it wherever you want it to be. And you can see, you can just kind of mess with the opacity if you want to kind of have like this faded kind of appearance, and so on and so forth. So this is just kind of one more example of layers in action, how you would kind of utilize them. So you can see here, just this simple picture of Big Sur versus this simple picture of a forest versus, you know, a city backdrop, or, you know, here's a waterfall. So this is just more stuff to kind of play around with. What I want you guys to actually turn in was that very first file, the one that's labeled 2017. And the rest of these are just for you to kind of play around with. Okay. So again, only turn in layers 2017. The other ones are just for you guys to kind of get a feel for layers. And then for this class, that's all you need to do. So all you need to worry about is just that one file, open them up, playing around with it. And have your photos ready if you can around a specific theme. We'll be doing our box projects. All right.